morning everyone. I've just been fussing around home doing a couple of little productive things this morning. I've been cleaning, I have freshened up my space, I've made my bed, I've just done a whole bunch of little things. I've also been reading some more chapters from the 101 Essays to Change the Way You Think, and I really like that book. It's just very easy to pick up and put down because you kind of don't really need to be up to like a specific part of it. You can sort of just let it go and find out little bits of information along the way. So I feel like I'm going to end up bookmarking a whole bunch of little quotes out of there because I've really been enjoying it. But for now, I have been sitting here putting together a little to-do list for the day because I've got quite a few things that I wanted to get through, and I feel like some of these are the little to-do list items that just like pile up and you never actually get through. So I'll put it here, but basically I have a side table and I want to do a DIY with it. So it's just been sitting there in a box for weeks, and it's a beautiful sunny day today, so it's perfect time to do a little bit of painting because it'll dry really quickly. And I also have some clothes that I need to take to the tailor, and again I've just been building a pile of things that when they don't quite fit me right, I sort of pop them to the side and I'm like, I'm just gonna go and get them tailored because I've got a really good tailor around the corner, and it's usually around about $20 per piece just to like, you know, get the waistband taken in or like a shoulder strap tightened or really minor changes, but just things that I feel like make the clothes suit my body better, and that therefore I'm gonna actually reach for them and enjoy wearing them. So that's another item. I also have a updated skincare routine that I really want to share with you because I've had a couple of people asking me to share something, so I wanted to let you know because if you've been following for a while, I've sort of been dealing with a bit of pigmentation and like some on and off dryness and breakouts, so definitely been like focusing in on that for 2023 to get my skin right. And I got some new camera gear that I'm gonna set up, which will really help me get a bit better at like putting together some Reels content and things, because I don't know about you guys, but I have a bit of a shaky hand, and I feel like when I'm trying to film something and it's like really smooth and slow, I'm just like, oh, that is just rubbish. And the other exciting thing is I'm actually flying back up to the Gold Coast in a couple of days because I have a photo shoot. So I've planned a branding photo shoot for my design business, and I'm definitely going to launch that to you guys very soon. But in the meantime, if you head over to my Instagram, the link is in the bio. It's called We Are Forma, and it's a full interior design service, and that is very exciting because it's something I can do both in person and online. So I wanted to get proper branding photos done, but it's on Thursday and I really need to get the Pinterest board done, my outfits all planned and sorted, and like props and things ready. So there just feels like there's so much to do, and annoyingly I've actually had it booked in for months and I just kind of like left it on the back burner. So that is everything that I have to do today. I also really want to go and see that new movie Babylon tonight. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments what you think, but hopefully Jazz and I can get tickets for a session tonight. But let's get straight on to doing this little painting DIY because I want that to dry while I'm like getting on with the rest of my day. So I went ahead and got this one, which is called the Blake Hall table from Kmart, and from memory I got this on sale for $50, and I really like the size and the shape and the sort of black frame and everything, but what I don't love about this is the natural timber surfaces. So I really want to paint those white because that would definitely match in better with my apartment because I've got beautiful white oak floors, and I definitely don't want to have too many different like contrasting colors of timbers that just don't match. Okay, both pieces are painted up now and just resting on this cardboard box to dry, so I'll come back out and check on them in about an hour. Time for a quick little snack. I absolutely love cherries. I feel like they're kind of getting towards the end of their season, but I wanted to grab a couple more because I think they're so delicious. Now it's time to go and take my little pile of clothes down to the tailor. So I got a couple of things. There's a beautiful beige linen pair of pants. I've got a black linen button-down vest, and I also have a white dress. So the white dress is probably the only item that I've like specifically bought for the photo shoot and I wouldn't ordinarily wear, but aside from that I think the other items are going to look really good. So I just want to make sure everything fits me perfectly, and now is the time to drop them off because it's Friday, and by Tuesday hopefully I'll be able to go back and get them. So I ended up going for a little bit of a walk after dropping my items off at the tailor, and I slipped into Cook Eye. They had a little bit of a sale on, so I picked up a really beautiful black vest top for the photo shoot, which I thought would be really nice, and I just grabbed some coffee because I'm completely out as well. This is what the top looks like. I think this is so nice. It's a little bit classier and a little bit more dressier than a linen sort of version I've got that's very similar, and I just thought that would be a really nice wardrobe staple that I could also get away with at work, but really perfect for the branding photo shoot as well. Okay, so I'm just sitting down on my bed, and I did say that I would do an updated skincare routine as part of this vlog. So I've got all of the products sitting down here in front of me to show you through sort of step by step of what I'm doing and the main kind of areas of concern that I've been addressing with my skin. So I have combination type skin, and I also have some melasma and pigmentation, like hyperpigmentation and stuff. So I've really been trying to work on that recently because I would love to do makeup free days, and I still feel like I kind of need a little bit of light cover just due to some of that old like scarring and things that shows through. So I'm really trying to sort of clear that off the surface of my skin so I can have a light touch to my makeup. And for this part of the video, I've ended up partnering with Synergie Skin. I've used some of their products before in the past and I really liked them. So I jumped back online and did the skin quiz on their website, but they also do offer online consultations if you're looking for a more in-depth kind of personalized review of your skin. So there's definitely the option for that, but I have a 4-step sort of routine that I go through. I can essentially just use 3 steps, and the last one is just a zinc, like an SPF and a moisturizer, but I'll show you the products I've got and how I kind of use them, because this has really been helping to lift some of that hyperpigmentation off my skin and just ensure it's really glowy, really dewy, and just feeling fresh. The first product I'm using is the Bio Cleanse, which is a gentle milk cleanser for dry and sensitive skin. I definitely prefer milky sort of cleansers as opposed to gel ones. I just feel like they're much more gentle on my skin and they don't dry it out. So this one is pH balanced and it leaves my skin feeling clean, soft and nourished. It removes all traces of dirt and makeup, and I just think this has been such a game changer. And you also don't need to use too much. A little goes a long way, and it's also in quite a generous size as well. Next up, I'm using a serum. So this one is a vitamin B. It has 13% niacinamide to strengthen the skin barrier. Some of the benefits of using a vitamin B serum are that it increases ceramides, which promote a luminous glow. It hydrates your skin and can help reduce breakouts and congestion by regulating oil flow. It also stimulates collagen to reduce fine lines and wrinkles and increases your skin immunity. This is such a superhero little product and something that I really enjoy using as part of this routine. Next product I'm using is another serum, and this one is called Enlighten. This is probably my favorite product out of the entire pack because it's a skin brightening serum for balancing uneven skin tone, which is definitely my major concern and the thing that I've been wanting to work on the most. So it brightens your uneven skin tone and sun damage. It is fortified with a bunch of ingredients that work as active skin brighteners such as vitamin B3, and it's ideal for preparing skin for chemical peels, laser and IPL treatments if you're seeking any of those in combination with your skincare routine. Lastly, if I'm heading out for the day and I want to offer myself a little bit of sun protection on my skin, I use the Uber Zinc. This is a zinc oxide moisturizer with SPF 15, and it's a non-greasy, non-chalky formula with 21% zinc oxide. This acts as a 2-in-1 moisturizer with physical and mineral solar protection. It also calms redness and promotes healing while minimizing excess oil flow and breakouts. It's also environmentally friendly and coral reef safe, so you can definitely use this one if you're going for a swim. So those are all the products that I'm currently using as part of my updated skincare routine, and particularly over summer when I really want to address the concerns of protecting my skin from any further sun damage, but also lightening up some of that existing uneven skin tone as well. So Synergie have been kind enough to offer me a discount code for you guys. I'll pop it on the screen here now. It is Emma10, and that will save you money on your order. So definitely head on over to the website. I'll leave all of their details linked in the description box down below so you can do your own skin quiz and have a little bit of a browse of what your personalized skincare routine would look like. I've just come outside to check on these because I'm pretty sure they are all dry now. Yep, they are all good, ready to be brought inside so I can build the cabinet.
They're coming in golden, golden. I'll follow only golden, golden, golden.
Okay, so that is the table all built and popped over there under the switchboard sort of location. So my aim is actually to do a plaster art canvas and pop it over the top of that one. I've gone ahead and got all of the bits and pieces, but I think I'll save that for another vlog because I'm going to run out of time today. But I'm really happy with how that looks, and I'm definitely happy that I chose to paint those two white. I was sort of tempted to paint them black, but I thought it might look a little bit too heavy in the space. And now seeing the kind of contrasting white and black in that plant pot and also in this little cabinet, I think that it was a really good decision. So now I'm going to go ahead and style it up with a couple of items that I've got, and then hopefully we can get the canvas to go over there. I feel like a canvas is good for hiding things like that because it's got depth, so you can sort of sit it over the top of something like that on the wall without actually disrupting it. So if a service person came and they needed to get to it, they could simply lift the canvas off. So that's kind of what we're working with at the moment, and I'll check back in with you in a second. I've just made a start on styling this with a couple of pieces that I already had because the aim is to not be spending money buying any more home decor at the moment. So I've got the white beads that I had from Kmart. They've just been sitting in storage and didn't have a home. I also have this beautiful rustic wooden tray. Another reason why I wanted to paint the platform white, because that way I can actually style wooden elements on top of it. I have my Tom Ford coffee table book, which I've had forever, and this beautiful little vase with some devil's ivy offcuts in it. So that's sort of that side of it. And then I also moved my little IKEA candle holders over to this side. So that's kind of where we're at the moment to style the top shelf, and I'm not quite sure what to do with the rest of it. Maybe it needs like a little basket or something underneath. This is where I've ended up. I styled a couple more pieces on the secondary shelf down below. I tried the basket underneath, but it wasn't really working. I think it's a little bit too narrow for that, but I think this looks really nice for the time being. I might sort of end up playing around with it and restyling or adding some more books or something, but what I've ended up putting on that second shelf is a candle. I've got a little clock and my 5-minute journal. I have two little objects from Kmart. One is this U-shaped vase and the other one is a ribbed little bowl. And I just think all of this looks really, really nice together, and it'll make a nice background for filming as well. Time for some lunch now, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually doing one of my New Year's resolutions, and it was to be less wasteful, because I noticed when I was home over Christmas, my parents are like very good at saving leftover food and like making the most of eating their leftovers, and I've always been the kind of person who just gets the ick with leftovers, but now I've just sort of been focusing on things that are actually nice when they're kind of leftover, like maybe they have a bit more flavor or they're still really fresh if you eat them the next day, and I am having leftovers from last night, so look at me go. Actually ticking off one of my goals for this year. So this is what I had left over from dinner last night, which actually still looks so nice. We had steak and roasted sweet potato and some salad. So I also had a little bit of ham in the fridge, and I'm just going to pop all of this on a plate. Whenever I make salads, I usually chop up a whole bunch of different things to kind of keep it interesting. So I've got some iceberg lettuce because I don't like those kind of fancy lettuces. I have some red capsicum, mushroom, chives, cucumber, and carrot, all chopped in there to make it a little bit more interesting.
For miles in spring, rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden things.
Now I've got my new camera gear stuff, which I really want to unbox. I've been patiently waiting for an opportunity to use some of this. So basically I do a little bit of content creation and things as part of my social media presence, I suppose. And a lot of those clients are like advertisements and things for like TikTok and Instagram and just the business pages in general. So you'll never really see me post any of that because it just goes directly to the business. But I did want to get a few bits and pieces to kind of upgrade what I'm using for my iPhone. So this is the brand that I got. It's from Sandmark Action Gear, and I've got two different things here. So I thought I would show you in case any of you are wanting to get things to kind of help take like some better pictures and whatever with your iPhone, because these are really handy little add-ons, and the iPhones are so good now that you don't really need, like obviously I've got my vlogging camera which I'm talking to you on now, but you don't really need professional cameras and stuff anymore if you're just doing kind of like hobby things, and particularly because a lot of reels and stuff can quite literally just be made on your phone. It's so easy and much more affordable than needing to go out and buy all of that stuff. This is what it's called. It's the Cinema Slider for iPhone from Sandmark, and I just thought this would be such a handy tool because, like I was saying, I've definitely got a little bit of a shaky hand, so this is really great for stabilizing like horizontal and vertical footage as well. So normally I would just kind of be holding my phone and like panning around, and things could be a little bit wavy and jumpy, and it just really destabilizes it and makes the quality look average, particularly for when I don't want to take my massive vlog camera because I feel like people get very intimidated by that out in public. Then I often will just take my phone since our phones can do such good videos these days. But having something like this is really handy. It's portable and compact, and it's got a self leveler on it as well, and also these little feet on the end pop out, I'm pretty sure. There we go. So it just twists around and pops out, and that means that I'm going to be able to place it on a uneven surface as well, because the feet on this are also adjustable. I'll show you. So kind of like any table or something as well where it might be really uneven, you can also unscrew these and have them sit at different heights. So you can level it all over to make sure that you're getting the smoothest possible footage. So that is definitely a great tool for me. The phone just ties into this here. So there's a little screw that you thread in there, and the phone will sit on top of it, and then you can kind of slide it along. So I definitely think I'm just going to get so much use out of this, and I'm really, really happy to have it. I never kind of thought about getting extra tools for my iPhones, but now that content creation has come a little bit more of a part of my life, I just realized I needed to like level up and get some other little bits and pieces. So that's the first thing I got, and I've got one more thing to unbox from Sandmark, and this is another phone tripod that I'll be able to use for all sorts of content and things. So this is what you get. Yet again, it is portable and lightweight, and I'll just pop it out of the box so I can show you. Essentially, I just wanted something a little bit more heavy duty but still really easy to take around with me on the go to be able to capture both portrait and landscape sort of videos. So this is the perfect little tripod, and it actually extends out quite a lot, so you get a pretty decent height from it. All you have to do is twist these little feet by the sounds. Yep, there we go. And it extends out all the way. So that's going to be really, really handy. And it also has a couple of different leveling adjustments and things on top as well, so you can switch it around. And it's also got the pin and yet again the self leveler, so I would be able to attach my phone. And I think that's the other thing from this box. So this is how my phone fits in. This just extends up and clips over the top of it. So I've got the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is the biggest size phone you can get, and it still fits. So that is how I would use it for any landscape sort of filming. And then you can also attach the top bit differently for portrait filming. So very, very excited to have both of those. I'll link them in the description box below in case any of you are looking to get some little camera gear bits and pieces. But I think these are really handy, and they just feel really, really good quality, which is so reassuring when you're attaching your phone to something, because I don't want to be using anything flimsy. I want to make some time now to go over my photo shoot plan and have a look at the mood board and some possible outfits and things. So I'm just going to grab my laptop and make myself comfortable. I'm not sure if I kind of explained it properly before, but basically the photo shoot is for personal branding, for just my social media presence and things. And then the whole other side of the photo shoot is for my business, which is called We Are Former. I'll pop the link here if you want to follow my Instagram account. But basically it is a full scope interior design service. So I'm able to do online and in-person styling, and that could be anything from one room to an entire house. And it could be if you're renting, renovating, or actually building something brand new. And it also just doesn't have to be someone's home. It could be like a workplace or retail, but that is something that I've been working really, really hard on. I'm kind of almost at the launch phase for that, but I really wanted to get a proper branding photos and things done. So when I was at a friend's wedding last year, I actually met this photographer who I was already following online, and she does personal branding stuff but was just doing their wedding as a favor. And I went up and introduced myself and ended up booking in a shoot with her, and that is Jack Lee. I've also been on her podcast recently. If you want to go and listen to that episode, I will link it in the description box for you guys. But now I need to do the rest of the Pinterest board, because I've kind of been giving her a little bit of a vibe of like some light and dark themes and all of those kind of things. So I'm going to go and sit down and do a bit of that, and I'll show you what I'm kind of thinking.
Gold leaves, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only golden.
So this is some of the imagery I've been collecting, just some really nice kind of white and black and plain sort of images. I've got some really cool sort of photos and concepts like this one. There are some ones where they'll just be like a mood board or some samples up on the wall. And then I've also got some personal branding sort of stuff that I wanted to do as well. So that kind of drips down into some of these other images that are really just nice and plain and really light and airy kind of things. So just some really creamy kind of colors. And then I've also got some dark scheme sort of stuff as well. So I thought any of these kind of photos would look really, really cool. So I'm definitely wanting to grab a couple of those sort of props and things, like even this, needing like a paper and stuff to be able to take some of those pictures. And I need to figure out all my outfits, because even to put together something like this, I need a white blazer top and pants, and then to sort of order myself in the shoot of how I would be styling things. I really love these kind of images as well. I'm wanting my business to essentially be really, really feminine. That's enough of that planning now. If you look at the time, I need to start getting ready. Jazz is going to be coming around at 7 o'clock, and I promised I would have dinner ready so that we can go to our movie at 7:45, so I need to get a move on. I'm going to pop dinner in the oven now so that it will be ready, and what I've actually grabbed is one of these Lilydale free-range chickens. I think this is such an easy dinner to make, and this was $20, but it's like a pre-done chicken, and honestly there is so much in here. This is a Jamaican jerk flavored butterflied chicken, and I'm just going to put that on a big tray in the oven, cover it in foil, and then you take that off and it kind of crisps up the top. But this makes so much. It's a really good and easy dinner, and it also means that you have leftovers for the next day. So I'm just going to put that in the oven now. To make it super quick and easy, I've just got some brown rice and this beautiful little ice and cos blended salad to go with it. I've got a couple of other things to chop up and put in the salad, but that is pretty much it. The chicken is in the oven, so I've set it for half an hour initially, and then I'm going to take it out, take off the foil, and see how it's being cooked as well. And then I can kind of just readjust the timing from.
Okay, Manuel, right? This for you. It's $25 for the vehicle.